the resilience that allow us to get up stronger every time we take a hit, the resilience that drives our belief in the nation we call our Matrubhumi, and the resilience that gives us the passion to follow our dreams. And I will touch upon each of these today. As all of you are aware, on the eve of Republic Day this year, a US-based short seller published a report to short our stocks. Just as we are planning to launch the largest follow-on public offering in India's history. The report was a combination of a targeted misinformation and discredited allegations, the majority of them dating from 2004 to 2015. They were all settled by appropriate authorities at that time. This report was a deliberate and a malicious attempt aimed at damaging our reputations and generating profits through a short-term drive down on our stock prices. Subsequently, despite a fully subscribed FPO, we decided to withdraw and return the money to our investors to protect their interest. While we promptly issue a comprehensive rebuttal, various vested interests try to exploit the claims made by the short seller. These entities encourage and promoted a false narratives across various news and social media platforms. Consequently, the Honorable Supreme Court of India constituted an expert committee to look into this matter. The committee included individuals known for their independence and integrity. The report of the expert committee was made public in May 2023. The expert committee did not find any regulatory failure. The committee's report not only observed that the mitigating measures undertaken by your company helped rebuild confidence, but also cited that there were credible charges of targeted destabilization of the Indian markets. It also confirmed the quality of our group's disclosures and found no instance of any breach. While SEBI is still to submit its report, we remain confident of our governance and disclosure standards. It is my commitment that we will continue to strive to keep improving this every single day. Our track records speaks for itself, and I am grateful for the support our stakeholders has shown us we went through these challenges. It is worth noting that even during this crisis, not only did we raise several billions from international investors, but also that no credit agencies in India or abroad cut any of our ratings. This is the strongest validation of the belief that the investors have in your company's governance and capital allocation practices. Over the past decade, one statement that I have repeated dozens of times is my belief in the future of the nation we call our Matrubhumi. Let me try and set some context. Today, there can be no denying that the world is continuing to be hit by multiple shocks, be it the climate emergency, geopolitical challenges, supply chain and energy volatility, or a persistent inflation. We have never had a time when such events were happening simultaneously without a clear solution in sight. Add to these opportunities and challenges because of the technological revolutions, especially the breathtaking advances in artificial intelligence, and what we have is a massive potential reset in the existing global operating models, the future of work, the future of learning, the future of medicine, and in some ways, the future of economic growth itself will need to be reset. Therefore, as we end one financial year and begin another, it is important to take a step back and assess the global situation and India's position as part of this landscape. While economic cycles are getting increasingly hard to forecast, there is a little doubt that India, already world's fifth largest economy, will become the world's third largest economy well before 2030, and thereafter the world's second largest economy by 2050. It is well understood that for any economy to implement policy and lay the foundation of growth, a stable government is critical. And we have seen this impact with the implementation of several structural reforms that are critical for a strong, sustainable, and a balanced growth. This stability, coupled with India's demographics and a continued expansion of our internal demand, is a potent combination. Our nation's demographic dividend is expected to drive consumptions and accelerate the growth of a tax-paying society at a record pace. The United Nations Population Fund projects that India's median age will be just 38 years even in 2050. Over this period, India's population is expected to grow by approximately 15% to 1.6 billion, but the per capita income will accelerate by over 700% to about 16,000 US dollars. On a purchasing power parity basis, this per capita metric will be 3 to 4 times higher. And we have the statistics to prove it. Following our independence, it took us 58 years to get to our first $1 trillion of GDP, 12 years to get the next trillion, and just 5 years for the third trillion. I anticipate that within the next decade, India will start adding $1 trillion to its GDP every 18 months. This puts us on track to be a $25 to $30 trillion economy by 2050 and will drive India's stock market capitalization to over $40 trillion, approximately a 10x expansion from the current levels. I would urge you to reflect on these incredible possibilities. India's success story of a balancing economic growth and a vibrant democratic society has no parallel. My belief in the growth story of our Matrubhumi has never been stronger. And now let me talk about our results. Our FY 22-23 operational and financial results are as much a testimony to our success as testimony to the continued expansion of our customer base, be it on the B2B side or the B2C side. Our balance sheet, our assets, our operating cash flows continue to get stronger and are now healthier than ever before. The pace at which we have made the acquisitions and turned them around is unmatched across the national landscape and has fueled a significant part of our expansion. Our national and international partnerships are a proof of our governance standards. The scale of our international expansion is validated by our success in Australia, Israel, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. Some of our key achievements are as follows. The Adani Group of companies set a new financial performance records for FY 22-23. Total EBITDA grew by 36% to rupees 57,219 crores. Total income grew by 85% to rupees 262,499 crores, and total PAT grew by 82% to rupees 23,509 crore. The group's accelerating cash flow further improve our net debt to run rate EBITDA ratio from 3.2x to 2.8x. Our flagship company, Adani Enterprises, continue to successfully demonstrate its incubation capabilities with her new businesses accounting for a massive 50% of its EBITDA in FY23. Of the several projects underway, two of the key ones include the Navi Mumbai Airport and the copper smelter. Both are on schedule. The Navi Mumbai Airport is preparing for operational readiness and airport transition by the December 2024. The integrated resource management volume increased by 37% to 88 million metric tons versus 64 million metric tons in FY21-22. NDTV is expanding its international programming and coverage to serve a vast range of audiences across the globe. Our data center joint venture Adani Connects is on course to set up 350 megawatt capacity in the short term and 1 gigawatt capacity in the medium term. This is by far the largest order book in India. The combination with our strength in a green power, this venture will be a game changer as a computation becomes the most precious resources in the world. Speaking of green power, the Adani Group is set to play a critical role in India's net zero journey. Our renewable energy business, Adani Green Energy, commissioned the world's largest hybrid solar wind project of 2.14 gigawatt in Rajasthan. Our operational renewable energy portfolio has grown by 49% to over 8 gigawatt. This is the largest operational renewable portfolio in India. Our focus remains on producing the lowest cost green electron at a scale, and I would like to reaffirm our target of a 45 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity by 2030. And there is more. We are now building the largest hybrid renewables park in the world right in the middle of the desert in Khavda. It will be the most complex and ambitious project that we have ever executed. Spread over than 72,000 acres, this project will be capable of generating 20 gigawatt of green energy. And we intend to build it faster than any project in our execution history. The ports business continue to be a pillar of strength on all fronts. APSEZ continues to be amongst the most profitable port operators globally, with a port EBITDA margin of 70%, and by 2030 we intend to be not only the most profitable port company in the world, but also India's largest transport utility, capable of handling 1 billion tons of cargo annually. By then, APSEZ will be a carbon neutral and will also have a triple its EBITDA. In the next 12-24 months, APSEZ will commission India's largest transshipment hub in Vizhinjam and also a port in Colombo. And our acquisition of a Haifa port in Israel will allow us to link our ports all the way across the Indian Ocean to the Mediterranean, thereby positioning us to capitalize on both the India growth story and the much larger regional growth story. Coming to Adani Power, we successfully commissioned the 1.6 gigawatt ultra supercritical Goda power plant and are now supplying power to Bangladesh. This marks our entry into transnational power projects. Also in the domestic power sector, APL is adding another 1.6 gigawatt ultra supercritical project in Mahan, Madhya Pradesh. Adani Transmission too is accelerating, with the transmission business continue to grow faster than the market. ATL's revenue are anticipated to expand by 18% and cross rupees 4,000 crore in annuity income. I am also very pleased to state that ATL's Mumbai distribution business achieved a reliability of 99.99% and was ranked the number 1 DISCOM by the Union Ministry of Power. ATL will also take Mumbai to 60% renewable power, making it the first mega city in the world to achieve over 50% power from a solar and wind. Adani Total Gas Limited expanded access to clean cooking fuel to 124,000 households this year, with a 46% increase in revenue to rupees 4,683 crore. ATGL is transforming into a full spectrum sustainable energy provider with a rapidly expanding urban EV charging infrastructure and a biofuel businesses. Finally, on the partnership front, the Adani Group continues to attract our global investment partners aligned to our long-term approach of building and operating a world-class assets. In March 2023, we successfully executed our secondary transactions with GQG partners of a US $1.87 billion despite the volatile market conditions. Never in the history of our group have I been able to list so many achievements, and I continue to remain grateful for all your support and faith in us. Dear shareholders, our country is now the most exciting land of opportunities. We have always expressed our belief in our growth with a goodness philosophy, and our track record speaks for itself. Your group will continue to consolidate what it has built while looking at expanding its horizons. Our customers speak for us. Our investors speak for us. Our shareholders speak for us, and our results speak for us. We could have chosen to settle for average growth numbers, or we could get up every day believing that we are on the cusp of being one of the most impactful conglomerates our nation has built. 44,000 Adanians made the latter choice. Let me again re-emphasize how grateful I am for all your support. It has been the source of my greatest strength. It is my promise that I will do my utmost to uphold the trust you put on me and my team. Thank you. Jai Hind.